Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am going to be talking to you today about my memories of seeing the RSC 2019-20 season at the Marlowe Theatre in Canterbury. I'd seen the shows of As You Like It, Measure for Measure and Taming of the Shrew the summer before in Stratford-upon-Avon with the RSC summer school. However, for shows like Measure for Measure and Taming of the Shrew, I was quite high up in the circle, and so at the time I really felt like I missed things. So when ticket sales opened to see the shows at the Marlowe, I basically jumped at the opportunity because I was like, this is a chance for me to see things and pick up on stuff that I might have missed from the last time. I think I booked the tickets in October of 2019 to give myself something to look forward to in the new year, and I started off with Measure for Measure, which was the RSC's opening night in Canterbury, and it was honestly even better than last time because I just felt like I could see much more, and I just really felt like I picked up on the themes of the play and why it's so powerful and reminiscent of the Me Too movement, which was a really big factor in the creation of the show. Then I took my next day, which was the 30th of January 2020, I took my friend Ellie to see As You Like It, and we both got up on stage, which made it very memorable. And then on this day last year in 2020, I went to see the RSC production of Taming of the Shrew, and I took my friend Amy. Originally I wasn't planning to see Shrew because student budgets meant that I could only afford so many tickets for so many shows. However, because I got chatting to Graham Brooks, who I'd met in Stratford through doing the summer school and who I was kind of reunited with after Measure for Measure, he very, very kindly gave me 2 complimentary tickets to see Taming of the Shrew, and so Amy and I ended up seeing it for free. And I remember having, I think, at least a couple of glasses of wine before the show, and so I went in feeling quite a bit under the alcohol, and when the women came on, it was sort of like bam, and the energy really kind of hit you in the face, and it was just so interesting to see the show again and kind of look again with like a fresh pair of eyes on the effect of gender switching the play. If I was to choose what my favourite was, I think that would be hard. I think it would have to be As You Like It, because that is always going to be my favourite play, and after seeing that production in Stratford, it made it more so, and I loved how it was just a celebration of theatre, because there's so much theatrical language in the play that it just suited really, really well, and I thought Kimberly Sykes did a really amazing job at it. Though if I was to ask, I think my favourite costumes were from Taming of the Shrew, because like the dresses that the ladies had to wear, I'd look at some of them and I was just going, oh god, how were they able to wear them in the summer? They must have been so hot, because they were these big Elizabethan costumes that felt very reminiscent of Queen Elizabeth I, particularly Vincentia's costume, which really seemed to have been inspired by a portrait of Queen Elizabeth, and the way that they kind of just floated around the stage, but it wasn't graceful floating, it was just floating that demonstrated their control and their presence over the space, and kind of really brought, I suppose, what was the inside forward, so the strength within was brought to the inside and unified. So which really kind of amplified the effect, I feel. But I think the most powerful performances really came from Measure for Measure, because it's probably the darkest out of all of them, and probably with that one, that's where you can see the influence of Middleton, who Shakespeare was working with, and his style of writing. And I seem to remember that the prison scenes, kind of particularly with James Cooney in them, kind of really kind of made me want to cry at points. It's just but I think kind of one of the reasons I felt like crying was that I could feel the energy from that made me want to cry, which I didn't have from the time before. And it really kind of made me want, kind of, when I was watching it, I was going, oh, what would I want to stage, and how would I do Measure for Measure if I ever got to be a director? And Lucy Phelps was really, really fantastic as Isabella, and I really thought she kind of showed Isabella's transformation in that she kind of becomes stronger in herself during the play, and even though she is manipulated by the Duke, which does make the play kind of really quite problematic, but the sense of transformation which Judi Dench speaks about was really there, and I really admired that and made me really kind of intrigued about the character. Also, Graham's take on Barnardine. So I'd loved it in Stratford, however, it was taken much, much further, where he came on with the other actors holding their noses, and he looked really mucky, he had straw attached to him, and clearly everything, and just the character of Barnardine and just this weird eccentricity and all that was just taken so much further, and I absolutely loved that and went, oh, he should have done that in Stratford. But I don't know if it had been too much if it had been in Stratford, not sure. Something I did find from seeing all the shows was just seeing how the actors had grown into their parts since I'd seen them in Stratford, because there was kind of that sense of kind of maturing where they really kind of, there was a deeper connection between them and their characters, and their characters I just seemed to feel kind of more settled and kind of more mature and assured of who they are than the time before, which was really interesting. And I think seeing these shows again has really made me appreciate the value of being able to see things more than once, because as I've said, you just pick up on different things that you might not have picked up on before, and you can actually see differences in terms from time to time, see how actors grow into their roles and how the production grows whilst staying aesthetically the same as before. So yeah, those are my memories of seeing the shows. I was very lucky to meet the actors afterwards and talk to them and got bucket loads of autographs. Was delighted that people I'd met in Stratford remembered me, and which made me a very, very happy woman. So, oh yes, it's good timing, but today is a year ago today I saw Taming of the Shrew, because later on I am going to be taking part in an online reading of Taming of the Shrew, and I'm going to be reading the role of Bianca. What awesome timing. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please feel free to hit that like button, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you soon with another video. Thank you for watching, bye!